Welcome back to this week's live from Nashville. We've got Marty Burnett today. Matt is out in the field making sure that clients are taken care of and handling the busy summer sales season. But talking about buying and selling, especially with maybe first-time buyers, first-time sellers, they may not realize how many people are involved in getting these transactions done and getting your homeownership dreams taken care of. And the more that that big team can work together and the right professionals are put into place, the easier it is. So Marty, I'm excited to have this discussion with you today to really help people understand the amount of professionals that are involved in the transaction, what it's like for you guys to bring all that together.
Absolutely. I mean, it's something that doesn't get discussed very often. What all goes into the buying or selling of houses from start to finish. And it's funny because this market makes it even more like imperative that you have the right team in place. And when I say team, I don't just mean the right realtor or the right lender or the right title company. I mean, it's a total package. And I think that, again, we do focus on bringing professionals on our live stream so that we can share good information with everybody. And I think that just people understanding how many hands are in getting this from start to close. A lot of times we make it look too easy, unfortunately, because my goal and my team's goal is to make the transactions as stress-free as possible, because moving is stressful. Let's just face it. I mean, it just is. There's no way around it. So our goal is to make it minimally as stressful. So we do a lot of prep work, a lot of planning, and things like that. And sometimes I think we make it look a little too easy, and people don't realize exactly what goes into the buying and selling from start to finish and how many people it takes.
Exactly. And it's true. If anybody's followed us all these weeks, there's a different professional coming in almost every week from a different standpoint. Everything we've talked to the HVAC professionals and home inspectors and everybody that's involved in the process. And I know you brought up just, it's not just the real estate and the lender and the title company, but a lot of people may not even understand how intricate and what the role of escrow is. And I think we'll probably, talk about that up ahead and bring in a professional for that. But escrow and the home inspectors and everybody, because one thing and one wrench in that system can be a big problem and delay or maybe even have a property not be able to close the way it's supposed to. What are some of the key components into you choosing the right professional in each one of these categories?
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody that we've had on the live stream so far is a part of the transaction. So it starts with just connecting a lot of times with the right agent, the professional agent in the area that you want to work with. Which we hope that you will call us. We are the professionals in the greater Nashville area. So then it is connecting with a lender and getting time frame down, which we've had lenders on.
So important.
Yes, absolutely. So for the buyers, it's the lender. For the sellers, it is going to be, a consult. We do staging and professional photography on all our listings and video. So I will come in and consult, and then do the initial consult, and then we will have like a staging consult, usually to follow that. If we don't do it all in one, sometimes it's nice to kind of break those up because it can get a little lengthy. And then a lot of times for the sellers, a lot of sellers choose to have home inspections ahead of time on their properties, just being a little bit proactive. We've got termite or pest control people involved. That's another one that people don't realize. I recommend everybody having their home under termite contract. That way it's never an issue. But a lot of people don't. They think because they have like pest services coming once a month or once a quarter that they're covering termites, and they don't. It's a totally different contract. So if they don't, then we're bringing in, pest protection. Depending on the HVAC, some people, we had HVAC on not too long ago. Some people service theirs every season before, when it's coming into the winter seasons and when it's coming into the summer seasons or the cooler and warmer seasons, to have your HVAC service. That's a great thing to do. But if you don't do it regularly, when you go to sell, it might be a good thing to have that HVAC serviced up, be able to provide that information to the buyers. We've had this thing serviced. It's in good shape. Just anything that you can do to really streamline the process in regards to the listings. We are looking to make this transaction simple. So I always tell my sellers, it's better to do all of this ahead of time when you're in control of the time frame. Once you get a buyer involved, then you're trying to accommodate closing dates and timelines and things of that nature. So it's really good to do all this up front. So, I mean, this is all just preliminary. And then the buyers have the same type of things. You have your home inspection, your termite inspection. Should something come up on the home inspection that is of concern, we got to know what our home inspectors, what they can and cannot diagnose. They're your general practitioners. They say, something appears to be, not working correctly on the HVAC. You may want to get a professional in that area. So it's like your general practitioner telling you that you having heart issues. Right. They're not going to diagnose your heart issues. They're going to send you to a cardiologist. So again, like it can go into multiple levels of professionals.
Completely. You've even brought in insurance specialists of what types of insurances that people don't realize they need to have, what you need, what you don't need, what are those must-haves for insuring the property that is so important. And I love that you brought up the doctor because we've talked about this on here. If you're planning to have a surgery, you wouldn't pick the surgeon out of a phone book and show up that day without any preparation and then only want just the surgeon in the room. You want that anesthesiologist, you want the specialist, and you want the nurses and assistants and everybody on surgery day. And that homeowner process and the buying and selling process, you guys are the surgeons, but you're going to bring in your whole team of specialists around it to make sure that that goes correctly. And all the prep work ahead of time makes all the difference for that success.
Yeah, absolutely. And you want professionals in each place. And that's one thing. We have a team of professionals that work here in our office. And then we also have business partners that we team up with outside of our business here, which are title companies, lenders, HVAC people, pest control, you have all these, but in-house, is important too. And I always find it very interesting how people discount the purchase and sale of a home. Right. A home is their home where they live is most people's largest asset.
Absolutely.
And I think when you compare it to going to a physician, when you're talking about your health, that is on a totally different level. But at the same time, your home being your largest asset, you want to take care of that. And you want to make sure that you have professionals helping you purchase and sell your largest asset. So it always kind of baffled me how people are kind of willy-nilly about who they hire agent-wise to sell their largest asset. Oh, the market's great. Stick a sign in the yard. Anybody could sell it. Well, yes, that is absolutely 110% true most of the time. But how much money are you leaving on the table?
Right.
How stressful is the process from contract to close? How much prep work and planning did you do? And could that have made your time frame half, cut it in half, which time is money.
Right.
Did you leave 10,000 on the table or did you leave 20 grand on the table? Did you leave 50? In this market, I'm seeing people leave big bucks on the table just for lack of planning and hiring the wrong person.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. We've talked about this as well. Some people take more time planning their weekend dinner plans than they do planning to sell their home or being prepared as a buyer by doing all of the prep work ahead of time as well. Finding the professional is so key. It's why I love doing this with you guys every week, because we hit these topics that a lot of things get glossed over. People get excited. Okay, I'm ready to buy a house. And they're just focused on, the open concept kitchen and, what's the backyard look like? And they're forgetting all of these important details. And these are the discussions that need to take place well in advance, and reaching out to the professionals like the Burnett's. They are the best. They will steer you in the right direction and help you with a plan right out the gate.
Yeah. I mean, and everybody's busy. So I get that they're busy, but when you're selling or buying your largest asset, I think that justifies taking some time out of your day or your evening or whatever and setting aside to plan. The days of calling somebody up and saying, I saw a house online that I really want to go see. And then if I love it, I'll call my lender. And then if that works out, I'll go put my house on the market. Like that's a recipe for disaster. Those days are over, period. I mean, that's not happening in this market anyway. But trying to do things in a rush, it costs you time, it costs you money. So I really think it's, really, really carving out the time for the plan. We preach plan. I've never seen anything work well under pressure and a rush. So People, oh, we're trying to beat this deadline or trying to beat that deadline. And some of those things make sense, but sometimes it's better just to take your time and do it right the first time than it is to try to rush it and stress yourself out and potentially make mistakes.
And everybody else. There's other people involved in the transaction. If you're the buyer, there's a seller involved, there's buyers involved, and decisions you're making or trying to rush something is affecting other people. And that could domino, all the way down the line. And so if everybody would take this approach of being prepared, coming in, working with the right professionals and doing this right, imagine the positive snowball effect that could have.
Absolutely. And, sometimes Matt and I were talking about this today, that sometimes, people will lock into lenders or this or that ahead of locking into your agent. And sometimes that works out really well. And sometimes I think that it is, the hub kind of revolves around the agent that you choose, because it's a lot smoother transaction to work with an agent who has a working relationship with this particular lender and that particular title company and this particular, whatever that may be, insurance, right. The coordination.
Because you built more.
Yeah. And we always want people to have choices, and they need to go with the professionals that they feel the most comfortable with. However, thinking about how logistically that works, sometimes it is good to have everybody on the same team and working for the better good of the client. So I think it is important in the order in which you lock into your professionals, and we're always looking for new professionals to put on our lists as well. So but from some of my clients, I've met some amazing home inspectors. I've met some amazing termite people. I've met some really great handy folks, handymen and things like that. Right. HVAC guys, electricians, all kinds of different things. So we're always looking to add to our repertoire of, our list of vendors and professionals. So that's good too. We're always open to that, but it is important to have everybody on the same page working together and allowing us as the agent to be the hub to help all that go smoothly.
So well said. So well said. Well, Marty, how was your 4th of July with the family? I know you guys spend a lot of time out on the lake, and you have such a great, they use work-life balance, but you guys work really hard and you also have a lot of great fun. How was the 4th?
Oh, it was wonderful. We do. Matt and I are definitely a work hard, play hard family, and the summertime is super special and super important to us. And our 3 children, we love spending time on the water, whether it be at the lake or the pool or the Gulf of Mexico or wherever. We love to do that. So we were at the lake for an extended stay with the kiddos. They were wakeboarding and skiing and tubing, and we did a lot of grilling out and cooking. It's just some great family time. But the 4th of July is one of my, I love holidays, period. But just to get the summertime is especially important to Matt and I with the kids. And Matt started doing this a couple years ago, and part of me appreciates him doing it, and part of me just wants to knock him in the head when he does it. But he'll say, only 3 more summers with Culver at home, or 4 more summers with Culver before he goes to college.
I'm guilty of that.
Yeah. And starts counting down those summers. And when they start getting down to 4 summers left,
it's hard.
You kind of go, whoa, I need to take advantage of this. So
yes, as a complete, almost all empty nester, I can totally relate to that. My daughter is just starting her senior year. I'm like, this is this last summer with her before she graduates high school. So I've been doing this.
Take advantage of it. Do everything you can together. Yes, not that they're not going to be there. It's just in a different capacity.
Yes. Well, and 4th of July is so special. I mean, take all of the politics or whatever the last few years have been, and whatever you feel, we are still such a great country. And the 4th of July is a reminder of us coming together like that. And also, pieces, owning a piece of the American dream, owning real estate in the United States will always be special, no matter what decade it is. Why do you believe, Marty, that it is such a big part of our culture as Americans to own a home?
I agree completely. I think that there is a lot of negativity in our media, and honestly, Amy, I get the benefit of working with so many different kinds of folks, different people from different places, from different backgrounds, and I find that a blessing to work with so many different folks, wonderful people. And it is a blessing that each and every one of them has a different take from a different place, from a different, growing up or whatever that looks like. And I get to work with each one of them in a different way, but yet we all come together to own a home in the greatest country in the world. I mean, there's a lot of negativity about just in the media in general. And I just think being a positive spot in the growth and home ownership and the opportunities that are available here in our country. I mean, so many people have the opportunity to own a home, and in the process,
programs out there to make it happen.
Yes, to make it happen. And I think that that's important. I think that's one of the big things that I love most about what I do is the people that I have met and been able to, I mean, because you get a relationship going with everybody that you work with. Mm-hmm. I mean, just the diversity of the people I get to work with is just amazing. And, we as a family and as a business, we love everybody. We love people. We may not always agree on everything, but I think that if you love people, we can agree to disagree and still respect one another. And
completely,
that's the way it should be. I don't have to change you or make you come to my side of the fence or whatnot. And I don't want to. I'm going to love you for you, and we're going to do our thing, and you're going to do yours, and then we're going to do ours together. And I just think that that is the beauty of being in this country, is being able to be you, no matter who you are, and loving someone for being them. And I just had, Matt and I've been blessed beyond belief to work with the most amazing individuals. And I just think that it has been huge for us, has an impact on us every day and how we raise our children and how we live. And, I can't even say enough about the wonderful clients that we have. I mean, it's just amazing.
You guys get to help everybody have that piece of owning a part of America, and you Absolutely. Get to build communities with the clients that you place into communities that creates how we live and what our lifestyle and culture are. And it's just so awesome. And I knew that you love what you do, and it shows, and you get to help people own homes here in this great nation. And I'm so thankful for that. And I get to come on and talk about it. We get to share these stories and encourage people that it's time to be a homeowner. You can make it happen with the right planning, the right preparation. You're going to get them into a house, and they can do it. And that's what I love about the positivity that we get to bring here. And Marty, I love our Wednesdays. It's so special to me too. And thank you for really sharing all of that today. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. I love coming in and being able to stream live with you, and hopefully help somebody out there that is, give them some knowledge they didn't have before, or maybe just brighten their day with a smile. So thanks for doing this with me every week.
Everybody reach out to the Burnetts. They are surrounded by the right professionals. They can answer all of your questions. Doesn't matter where you are, reach them. They've got resources. We'll see you next week.